let's start with the big picture and the main threat area in red, stretching from Dallas. You have Memphis all the way to Birmingham, Jackson, Shreveport, and you can see obviously it runs over parts of the Mississippi River too, so is there a heavy rain component. Plenty of moisture associated with this. Once again, that warm, moist air being pulled up to the north. We have a mechanism to kind of trigger, to lift the air again. That's that front, that warm front. Not to mention some support with the airflow, pulling in, of course, that warm, moist air from the south, but also at the upper layers, powerful enough to enhance some of that lift. So that's why we think there is a pretty widespread, with these thunderstorms, that risk for damaging winds. We take a look at the water vapor imagery. Boy, we've got a lot of water vapor. You see the shades of gray and green, and once again, we find it stretched over a very familiar area. So again, that's that renewed flood threat. We'll talk more about that. This is not the area we're concerned about, the severe threat, but we do have some ongoing showers, even a few thunderstorms making a mess of a morning drive. But it is to the west, the power of that system and how that will help enhance the storm threat as we go through the day. So keep your eye on the clock, your spot on the map through the afternoon, the lunch hour, Little Rock. Keep your eye on this. This is something too. Hours and hours of rainfall here, but it is kept basically here and to the north. Even through 3 o'clock, you have Dallas, showers and thunderstorms continuing towards the evening hours, so that evening drive. And yes, when the sun goes down after midnight, those strong thunderstorms continuing in a lot of these places. Still raining in Memphis and Nashville. So you look at one spot, Little Rock, and you could easily see 2 to 3 inches of rainfall here ending tonight. So relatively short amount of time. That is going to help also all that moisture with the wintry precipitation and timing. It can be pretty nasty. So we have some of that taking shape across the Midwest. Green Bay, about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. Saginaw, about 1 to 3. We could see as much as 3 to 5 as we get closer to the interior northeast. We'll kind of dig deeper into that. But the ingredients are there. We have a strong upper level disturbance that's going to be riding through at the surface. Our storm system, we're on the south side. It's triggering the showers and the thunderstorms. But that cold air trying to push down to the south. Obviously, you throw in some moisture, and that is your recipe for that wintry weather. But into tomorrow, timing is everything. So some of us will see that rain change over to snow, and unfortunately not going to be the most ideal drive times for some of us. So you can see green on the screen right now. Chicago's dry, but we get through this evening, and you start to see some of that precipitation develop. Overnight towards the morning hours, you see that changeover from Madison to Green Bay. We'll give a heads up to Chicago for that morning and afternoon drive, and then it is out of here by Friday morning. For some of us, only about a 12-hour period of precipitation. So Madison, not only do you get some snow out of this, but you also get a hit in the temperatures. We've got today up to 50, tomorrow only into the 30s with that snowfall potential. We clear out pretty quickly, but we cool down too. Low temperatures right about 23 degrees when you wake up Friday morning. Detroit, wind and snow here by Thursday night. Notice precip starts tonight, and then we're drier by Friday. It's not just in the next couple of hours, but really even into the overnight. So here's a general look at the risk area. We're talking from Dallas, Shreveport, Little Rock, Memphis, Jackson, and Birmingham. And if you think about what's also happening here right now, a lot of high rivers. So with thunderstorms and heavy rain, that's only going to add to the problem as far as flooding goes. We'll talk more about that specifically in just a little bit. But obviously the main ingredient to both of those hazards, we have warmth and a lot of moisture. And our system is tracking to the east, so we're going to try and get some of this wet weather to track to the east, but you'll see it's also stretched out and will run over the same areas for several hours. That low level wind also tapping into that moisture, helping to fuel showers and thunderstorms, but we have upper level support as well, which is sort of another key ingredient to that severe threat, the damaging wind threat. Those thunderstorms grow big, tap into that high wind and bring it down to the ground. The water vapor imagery illustrates perfectly why there's still that heavy rain threat. Lots of green, lots of moisture, stretched out over an area, not much west to east progress here. So again, raining over the same areas. Flood threat. As we look at right now, this is not the severe threat area development first. We're going to see it back through here. So Dallas, you're thinking, okay, some light showers right now. That is not going to be the case through the day. So you keep an eye on the clock and over certain areas. I'm going to sort of highlight Little Rock, but also Dallas here and get you through the lunch hour. You can see showers and thunderstorms even into the afternoon, into the evening. But places like Dallas, you really see things continuing to crank up here even after the sun goes down. So there is that late night severe weather threat. Make sure you have ways to get warnings, something that'll wake you up. But here too, Little Rock, 1 a.m. and we're still seeing that heavy rain. We're still seeing it in Memphis, really all along that I-40 corridor straight through Nashville. So Dallas, today and tonight, showers and thunderstorms. We will see drying conditions tomorrow, sunny and windy, 65. But you see the showers and the thunderstorms coming along with that lightning. Alex Wilson has a look at that.